Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. In the deepest, untouched parts of the ocean, where mysteries abound, divers have captured what was never meant for human eyes. From documenting unidentified creatures to unraveling unsolved mysteries, we have got a list of jaw-dropping encounters. So, let's dive in to witness the enigmatic realities of the deep sea, which no one was supposed to see. Giant oarfish. Known to be a deep-dwelling species, oarfish are what surprised divers the most. This group of divers made an amazing discovery off the northeast coast of Taiwan. They stumbled upon an enormous deep-sea oarfish. It was a 1.8 meter long oarfish dotted with what appeared to be giant bite marks. Experts speculate that these could be the result of a shark attack. What was truly shocking is that despite typically inhabiting the mesopelagic zone, 200 to 1,000 meters below the ocean surface, this one was unusually close to the surface. It has been a part of numerous myths, and people have also referred to this sighting as an indication of an impending calamity. Deep sea worm. Dwarfed by the huge worm, these two divers witnessed an incredible sight. Captured in the deep waters of New Zealand, it was a squishily wiggly sea worm longer than a school bus. Yep, it was a 7.9 meter long deep sea worm made up of hundreds of thousands of tiny creatures. Divers identified the puzzling specimen as Pyrosome, which is a colony made up of hundreds of thousands of zooids. Although they can grow up to 18 meters in length, this one was also a remarkable discovery. Sperm whale and squid encounter. One thing is that sperm whales primarily feed on squids, but recently in March 2023, a deep-sea camera was able to capture the incredible feast. Frequently clashing in the battle of predator and prey, squids and sperm whales are titans of the ocean. Only this time, the mighty sperm whale had squid remains inside her mouth. While it's uncommon to witness these confrontations firsthand, it's evident from the scars on the sperm whale that she tangled with the strong cephalopod. Camera with memory card. A diver on a treasure hunt recently discovered a misplaced GoPro camera at the base of a waterfall. Remarkably, it had been lost by a man who passed away at that location 2 years prior. In 2017, Richard Ragland was having a fun day at a Tennessee lake. Sadly, he slipped and didn't come back up. The SD card from the camera showed the last moments of Richard Ragland. The diver contacted Ragland's family and offered them a much-needed closure. His family was absolutely shocked by the discovery and were at last at peace, knowing he was happy in his last moments. Monster-sized shark.
Wow!
Now that is not something you see every day. That was a giant blunt-nosed 6-gill shark, and it's on the prowl. Dr. Dean Grubbs from the Florida State University Marine Lab and his team were on a mission to get up close and personal with this deep-sea wonder in their submarine. Right off the bat, the cameras rolled and they met face-to-face with this colossal 6-gill shark. It was enormous! And there it goes, snatching up a fish whole. This creature belonged to a special club, the Top 10 Deep-Sea Sharks. The 6-gill can reach lengths of up to 20 feet and weighs in at a staggering 1,600 pounds. They munch on fish, rays, and even other sharks. And you know what? They're named for having 6 gills, which is one more than most other sharks. The sand striker. Deep under the sea, the sand striker, a worm known as bobbit worm as long as a car, hides in the sand. A diver captured this on camera. At night, these giants pop out looking for a snack. They're super quick, and even the fastest fish can't escape. They feel around with their antenna, waiting for the perfect moment. And just like that, dinner's served. They have room to store all their treats underground. They eat almost anything that passes by. After the feast, they chill out and digest. Ocean alien. This alien fish captured on film was swimming more than 3,700 feet below the surface of the Indian Ocean. What makes this alien so special is not the fact it's able to live so far beneath the waves, but the fact it can transform its appearance entirely in just the blink of an eye. In the video, the creature can be seen floating serenely in the water. Then, suddenly, it seems to shrink into a small black dot. On closer examination, it was revealed that it wasn't a black dot, but a jet black jelly, decked out with streams of pulsating, technicolored lights. If this isn't one of the coolest things ever, I'm not sure what is. Giant squid hunting. In the deep, dim part of the ocean, a silent predator hunts. In 2021, marine scientists shared the first ever video of how these deep-sea creatures hunt in the wild. This is really huge because giant squids are super sneaky and rarely seen. Picture tentacles longer than a bus, eyes as big as dinner plates, and a dark and chilly world. Finally, they added bait, a fake jellyfish called E-jelly, equipped with lights that mimic the blue flashing bioluminescence emitted by an Atolla jellyfish. All that remained then was to wait, and it paid off. At depths, the team's platform recorded several encounters with large squid. Giant sloth fossils. Archaeologists who have been exploring the world's largest underwater cave recently discovered something in Mexico that your eyes wouldn't believe. They discovered the fossils of humans and animals who ventured inside but never made it out alive. The fossil fuels included jabothers that were extinct elephant-like animals, as well as giant sloths and bears. But that's not all. They also found relics, including a shrine of the Mayan god of war and commerce, with a staircase accessed through a sinkhole in the middle of the jungle. This cave's mysteries were as old as the Ice Age, going back millions of years. All these findings prove that there were ritualistic sacrifices around. The Ningen. This mysterious creature captured in the Arctic waters shocked the onlookers. They believed that it was the legendary Ningen they spotted in the depths of the ocean. The deep-sea camera found something of a really mysterious shape that too had legs. It was when the camera panned over it and recorded the irregular shape that divers figured out that it was a strange being. Unfortunately, the camera could not capture enough evidence to confirm the existence of the bizarre creature. The authorities are believed to have kept detailed records of the sightings, but they have released no information to the public and have reportedly instructed eyewitnesses to remain silent. Horseshoe shapes. Back in 2013, deep-sea divers exploring New Zealand found some really cool horseshoe shapes on the ocean floor. Right after the discovery, research started and scientists related these with fish called rat tails. Some rat tails have long snouts and special jaws that help them munch on the seafloor. And guess what? When researchers matched the fish shapes with the marks, they fit just right. Isn't it really intriguing? Snailfish. Another day, another mystery resolved. This time it was the scientists from the University of Western Australia in Tokyo who made an unexpected discovery in the deep ocean. They discovered a snailfish swimming at a whopping 27,349 feet below the surface. That too in the Mariana Trench. Snailfish usually live in shallow waters, so finding one this deep is like spotting a penguin in a desert. This snailfish broke the record for the deepest fish ever recorded. What's surprising for me is how they were able to adapt and withstand such pressure. Sharks in fishing net. The video commences with the sight of the trapped whale sharks in Indonesia, struggling inside the net as there was no way for them to escape. The divers carefully approach, attempting to release the sea giants by pulling down the net. The divers said they knew that the clock was ticking, knowing that at any moment they could be suffocating by the fishing net. They put out their knives and quickly tried to cut them free without getting entangled as well. A while later, they got all 5 whale sharks finally free. This video went viral over social media, and the divers received the appreciation that they really deserved. Space Shuttle. Off the coast of Florida in 2022, a group of divers embarked on a journey to explore its depths. They were on a mission not for treasure, but for truth, as part of a History Channel documentary titled The Bermuda Triangle Into Cursed Waters. What they discovered, however, was something really unexpected. Almost disguised in the sands of time lay a massive, distinctly modern structure. Its surface gleamed with unique tiles that only one type of vehicle in human history bore: a space shuttle. Without delay, they contacted NASA, for this wasn't just any relic from the past, it was a miserable reminder of one of the most tragic incidents in the history of the US space program that nobody's forgotten, reminding us of the risks and sacrifices made in the quest to explore the unknown. Water oozing from seafloor. Okay, so this one really intrigued me. There is a hole in the bottom of the ocean. Recently, deep-sea divers made this huge discovery in the Pacific Ocean. They found water oozing up from the seafloor, kind of like a leaky faucet, but way deep down. This just wasn't any leak. It was in a special place called the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Well, this zone can sometimes cause earthquakes. Scientists are now keeping an eye on it because they think it might tell us about big earthquakes in the future. It's like the ocean's way of giving us a mysterious message. Shark versus cables. Laying miles and miles of fiber optic cables on the ocean floor isn't a walk in the park. Earthquakes and fishing hooks can mess things up. But guess what? Now we've got sharks chomping on them too. These cables are like super fast highways for internet data, but they're made of glass and are not as tough as the old copper ones. And guess what? Sharks nibbling on the undersea cables isn't new. Since 1987, it was reported that sharks seem to have a weird craving for these new fiber optic cables connecting the US, Europe, and Japan. Yep, our ocean buddies have been munching on them for a while. The newest generation of undersea cables comes wrapped in a special protective yarn and steel wire armor, and the goal is to protect against cable cuts, including possible shark attacks. Wacky sea creature. Deep down in the ocean, there's this crazy looking thing with strands sticking out everywhere, looking all noodly. Some researchers saw it and thought that it looked like the flying spaghetti monster. This is footage from Enola's coast, deep down 4,347 feet under the sea, where this wacky creature was seen. Deep-sea researchers Daniel Jones and Phil Pugh said it's a Bathyspha conifera, a kind of creature that was like a mix between corals and jellyfish. And you know what? Hardly anyone sees these because they hide in super deep parts of the ocean, far, far away from the surface. Giant tigerfish ate the smaller one. This incredible video left me in real shock. A giant tiger shark decided to make a snack out of the smaller shark. Before anyone could blink, the tiger shark ate the smaller shark that was a whopping 7 feet long and 150 pounds, as if it were some tiny fish. And you know what's really cool? The deep sea divers caught the whole thing on camera. This footage spread like fire in the jungle. Previously, bull sharks were famous for eating other sharks. Now, tiger sharks are also added to the list. Mom-to-be frogfish. Frogfish are odd creatures to begin with. They can be found gape-mouthed, walking slowly along the ocean floor, or lying in wait for unsuspecting fish who might make a good meal. But you might find this hairy frogfish to be especially surprising or disturbing. Like in this footage, the frogfish is going to lay eggs, so it is super hungry. Her mouth grows huge, 12 times its size, and the entire process just took less than a second, far too quick for the prey to react. One of the fastest known bites in the animal kingdom can't even be filmed properly with a standard slow-motion video camera. Jitterbug. Did you know that tiger sharks are excellent at handstands? At Tiger Beach, divers spotted a unique shark named Jitterbug. She was quick and kept everyone guessing with her fast moves. The team wanted to tag her to learn more, but Jitterbug was too speedy. Then they used a special phenomenon. You know what? Sharks have special sensors around their noses that, when touched, can make them super calm. This is a phenomenon called tonic immobility, and it doesn't just happen to sharks. It's a very useful tool for scientists who need to handle these magnificent but potentially dangerous animals. Sea salps. This footage captured the mysterious sea salps. These ghostly see-through creatures look like jellyfish, but guess what? They jet around the ocean sucking in plankton, kind of like vacuum cleaners of the sea. Some can grow up to 6 inches and often hang out in long chains. What's super strange is they can make copies of themselves and then switch to having babies the usual way. They play a big part in our ocean's health by helping with the carbon cycle. Glowing shrimp. This shrimp was seen swimming in the water column. It was captured during an exploration transact at a depth of 800 meters at the end of a 216 deep water exploration of the Marianas Expedition dive. Long antennae like this are not uncommon in the deep sea, as they help to increase the area around which an animal can sense, which is important in the deep sea where there is little to no light for seeing. Researchers have also found that the light organs in deep sea shrimp might have evolved depending on depth and habitat. A golden orb. This mysterious golden orb that may be an egg laid by an unknown sea creature has been discovered on the ocean floor off the Pacific coast of Alaska. And guess what? This wasn't just any orb. It had an unusual skin-like texture. The smooth object with an intriguing hole at the center was found at a depth of about 2 miles by a remote-controlled submarine explorer. The submarine crew, being the brave adventurers they were, used a suction device to scoop it up for testing in a lab. Everyone's buzzing about what this golden mystery might be. Is it a treasure, an ancient artifact, or something from another world? One thing's for sure, this one is a big discovery, and the deep sea just got a whole lot spookier. Octopus intimidating the diver. Jock's team was filming an old shipwreck 120 feet into the water when something super strange happened. He found a humongous giant Pacific octopus, zoomed out and wrapped its tentacles all around the man named David. According to him, it wasn't dangerous because it was not in a bad mood, but rather just curious, which is quite strange. David gently tried to remove the octopus, but the creature got a bit scared and discharged its black ink. Thankfully, it moved on, leaving the diver safe and sound. Sea lion. Deep-sea divers went on an underwater adventure in the Galapagos Islands, looking to film the unique marine iguanas. These cool lizards dive deep to munch on algae, because that's their main snack. But guess who joined the party? A playful sea lion! This cheeky fellow wanted all the attention and started circling the divers like a cute puppy. When his twists and turns didn't get the attention of the divers, he gently grabbed the iguana by the neck and pulled it up and away, as if trying to tell that you were not welcome. You could even hear the sea lion's chuckles underwater. But don't worry, the iguana was chill, just floating back up, probably thinking, "Not this again!" Giant deep-sea isopod. You know why they are called giants despite their small size? It's because even after containing a size quarter the size of a shark, when given an opportunity, they could easily knock off the apex predator. It was discovered in the Gulf of Mexico by a deep divers team, like a super-sized surprise. There are roughly 20 living species of the Bathynomus. They're part of an enigmatic and ancient group that calls the ocean's benthic zone home, a region so deep it's seldom visited by humans. And you would be surprised to know that these isopod crustaceans are distant cousins to the crabs, shrimp, and lobsters you're more familiar with. It's rare to see these massive pill bugs move around. What an epic find. Lake Lalileo. Divers made an incredible discovery at Lake Lalileo, a round hole formed by ancient volcanic activity. Surrounded by 30-meter cliffs, the lake plunges 80 meters deep. Divers brave spooky waters with only 1 meter visibility, navigating past mysterious shapes lurking in the darkness. Around 40 meters deep, they spotted remnants from history, World War II ammunition. Above 6,000 troops once trained for battle on the island. The divers found both large and small bullets, some even used in airplanes. It's a thrilling blend of natural wonder and forgotten history, right under the waves. Unidentified shark. Mariana Trench, the deepest parts of our oceans, is like a secret world, filled with cool creatures like dragonfish and frilled sharks. Deep-sea cameras captured footage of a mysterious dark-colored shark swimming around a mile deep. At first, they were puzzled, but after a closer look, they figured out it was a sleeper shark. What gave it away? Its unique blue-black fins. Finding this shark in such a depth is without any doubt a rare discovery. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. This image shows a diver swimming inches away from the Goliath mouth of the humpback whale. Now, the image may look far-fetched, but actually, it's real. Here, watch how fearlessly this diver swims with a humpback whale. Now, I know that despite their huge size, these whales have never been known to attack anyone. However, it is still necessary to maintain a safe distance. I mean, it would only take a slight bite for it to swallow an entire group of divers.